I'm handling it all right. I mean, you have to take it in stride. And I think when the offseason hits, I'll have a little more time to reflect on everything. But I definitely didn't realize in 2016 how spoiled I was to be here for 2 weeks and get to experience a playoff game, because it's not easy to get to the playoffs at all. And I certainly enjoyed it, and it was the coolest baseball experience of my life. But, that doesn't happen every day. And baseball is kind of a cyclical game where teams a lot of time have a window, and if, contracts expire and things happen, and you kind of have to rebuild yourself, and that's what we're doing right now. So I know that it's part of the game, but it doesn't make losing 101 games any easier.
So as part of the process, though, what are some of the things that may have to happen to get this team over the hump? I mean, you mentioned you made it to the postseason team in 2016. Were there any kind of variables on that team that you look at and say, wow, we need that piece, that piece?
Yeah, I mean, they just had a core group that had been there from 2012 to last year, even beginning of this year. And this year, obviously, didn't go how we wanted. We had a really tough schedule early on, and we didn't do well in that part of the schedule. And I think from that point, it might have taken the wind out of our sails a little bit. But you need a core group, I think, and when you're rebuilding. And we have so many young guys and so many talented players. But, if you don't have a lot of experience at this level, teams with more experience are likely going to win more games. So you just kind of have to get a group together, get comfortable playing with each other, and kind of shake off the rust for a little while.
Absolutely. So 2016, when you came up, I'm sure you got caught up in the bright lights, the big leagues and things like that, but there weren't a lot of familiar faces. Guys that you had seen probably on TV, met in spring training, and you mentioned that group, that nucleus, Adam Jones, Matt Wieters, J.J. Hardy, some veteran guys. Some of the guys actually experienced a lot of losing prior to them turning the corner. Now you're seeing an influx of young players. You've been here a couple years now. Cedric Mullins, Austin Wynns, guys that you played with in the minor leagues. Do you look at these young players, yourself included, as now the next foundation for success?
Yeah, definitely, and you have to do that. The group I came up with in the minors, we had a lot of success, and we love to win and work hard, so that's what we're going to do. And, you don't all come up to the majors, and that doesn't happen immediately. I mean, it's a whole different animal up here than it was, when we were in Delmarva or Frederick, doing well and winning games. So, like I said, you have to get that core group together and also have, a good mix of veterans in there too, along with your younger guys.
Absolutely. So you're starting to experience the ups and downs, obviously, of Major League Baseball, successes and failures. But you mentioned the hard work, and we see you've learned how to play the outfield. Back over taking some first base drills last week with Bobby Dickerson. Talk to us about your work ethic, what you think it's going to take to be a successful team as far as work and preparation goes, and where did you learn that?
It's just kind of been instilled with me from a young age. Every team I've been on, my coaches were all about, hard work. The only way you're going to get better is by going out there and doing early work. Even if it's hot, 95 degrees, all of our coaches are willing to go out with us whenever we want to do extra work. And like I said, that's the only way you're going to get better. So you got to have the will to go out there every day, and we're paid to play to the best of our ability. And by going out there and working early and working hard, you're going to get better.
Well, you've played a number of years now. I mean, so you want to get better and better. Is this something, though, are you going to reach like your pinnacle in a couple years, say, well, I'm as good as I'm going to be?
No, I don't think you can ever have that mindset. Obviously you do reach a point where that's the case, because, as you get older, maybe you'll start to deteriorate a little bit. But you can never put that in your head. You always got to think that you're in your prime, and you can always get better. And if you don't do that, then things aren't going to work out so well.
All right, so it sounds like a positive attitude. You got some young players on the horizon here coming up, helping out. Obviously, the success isn't happening right now. In your mind, what do you think the timetable is for a successful Orioles team?
I mean, I don't really want to put like a number of years on it, but I mean, it might be a couple years, realistically. It takes a while, like I said, to get that group together. And it takes more than a year for guys, especially the rookies that we have, to just get that experience and get that confidence. And this is even this last month, obviously our record's not ideal at all, but this is really important month, at least for the future. Guys just kind of going out there and almost throwing all caution to the wind and playing like their hair's on fire out there, and figuring out what works up here, what doesn't work out here. It's very important, and I don't think we're going to take that for granted at all the rest of this season.